From our roots at Tavern to the battlefields in Afghanistan today, the spirit and traditions of our Corps are alive and well.
Marines, family members, and friends of the Corps, we ask that wherever you are celebrating tonight, that you raise your glass or your canteen cup and join us in a toast.
To the great nation that we defend, a nation founded on hope and freedom for all.
To those fine warriors who no longer wear the uniform, and to those who have gone before.
To our families who stand behind us and sacrifice every day.
To today's generation of heroes, and to being one of the few, a United States Marine. Hoorah!
Ladies and gentlemen, the commanding officer of Marine Corps Detachment, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, Colonel Jorge Lascunza.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all? I want to welcome you to Branson, and what a glorious day the good Lord has given us to share together and enjoy the 234th Marine Corps birthday here in the heart of the Ozarks. Now, when I say hoorah, I want all of you, Marine or friend of Marine, family of Marine, to shout out maybe hoorah back. So, hoorah! That's more like it. And how about these magnificent Marines of the Ozarks here? Don't they look awesome or what? I'm very proud to claim them as my own. Many of you probably don't know that the Marines have their biggest training detachment right up the road in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. 1 in 7 of every new Marine that joins the Corps passes through our gates. These Marines who stand before you tonight are the instructors responsible for their training and delivering a full and ready capability to our warfighting forces. Again, let's give them a round of applause. And let me add that you all are looking pretty fine yourselves. So I'd like to welcome all Marines, active and reserve, retired Marines, former Marines, family and friends of Marines. It is an awesome brotherhood and family to which we all belong. You in fact do look awesome. Give yourselves a round of applause. I'd just like to take a moment, and I know Merlis, I did some of this up front, but it wouldn't be possible without giving gratitude to some of the people that made this magnificent event possible. So I'd like to acknowledge Larry and the strong woman who stands behind him, Leanne Milton from Branson. And as Larry and Leanne themselves would tell you, the true brain and brawn behind the operation is the charming and lovely Merlis Stockinger, who said, finally, I'd just like to thank and extend our appreciation to the Hilton, the wonderful staff here who will be serving you tonight, who have made us feel so much at home in this lovely hotel. Again, thank you very much, Hilton staff. I promise I'll only take a minute, and Lieutenant Colonel North asked me to keep it short. But before I introduce him, I just want to take a second to reaffirm what you heard in the Commandant's message. And as we sit here tonight in the comfort and luxury of this grand and beautiful ballroom, there are Marines, soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Coast Guardsmen in harm's way in Iraq and Afghanistan and across the globe. They are the ones protecting our freedoms and those who are unable to defend their own. Many of you in this room can relate to that in a very personal way. Let me share with you one thought. Each week, as I welcome a new batch of young Americans who have earned the title Marine, who proudly wear the Eagle Globe and Anchor, I am heartened. They are a small representation of an America that dates back to our founding fathers. They are men and women, really little more than boys and girls, 18, 19, 20 years old, who place the value of God, Corps, and country above self. They know, they understand, and they are willing to make the ultimate sacrifice for freedom and for their fellow Marine. The stock of America remains strong. The honor, courage, and commitment that these young Americans display are more precious than gold, and they guarantee the health and well-being of our nation for years to come. So tonight, the rest of you know that Marines all over the world are standing post, and that when we do look upon heaven's pearly gates, the streets will indeed be guarded by United States Marines. The adage of the few that crowd, once a Marine, always Marine, is not truer than with this gentleman who I have the great delight of introducing tonight. Tonight, our guest of honor is just such a Marine. He is the son of the great state of Texas. He became interested in the Marines in high school, and upon graduation entered the Naval Academy. He served in Vietnam, another bloody war. He earned the Silver Star, the Bronze Star, and 2 Purple Hearts. He served a long and illustrious career in the Marine Corps, reaching the pinnacle by serving on the National Security Council where only the very best serve. He retired after 20 years as a lieutenant colonel and will always be a Marine. But his career of service did not end there. He went on to serve his fellow Marines and his country. My wife reminds me of those early days when I was deployed to OIF and Lieutenant Colonel North's commentaries and coverage of the war, and how she was heartened. He brought personal perspective. He is, after all, one of our own. Today, he continues to be a commentator. He does the Ollie North radio show, Common Sense Radio. Most notably, he has done the TV show War Stories with Oliver North, an award-winning military documentary series that Fox Channel produces. He's regularly on hand. Additionally, he's authored 12 books. Who said Marines couldn't read and write? Not only did he author 12 books, but they've all hit the New York Times bestseller list. His latest book, American Heroes, which my son personally asked me to get an autographed copy of, released last May, is based on his extensive coverage of Afghanistan, Iraq, and the Philippines. Again, another New York Times bestseller. Oliver North is also founder of the Freedom Alliance, as if he hasn't done enough already, a foundation that provides college scholarship for the sons and daughters of service members killed in action. However, the claim that he states as his greatest accomplishment is more personal. He is a devoted Catholic Christian, husband of 41 years this Friday, the 13th of November, a father of 4 children, and a grandfather of 11. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see Lieutenant Colonel North.
Back with you this evening, particularly with all your magnificent Marines, your loved ones, your Navy corpsmen, your chaplains, your medical officers, and friends of our Corps. Please know how much of a pleasure it is for me to be here rather than where I was just with other Marines in a place called Kandahar. Part of the 2nd Marine Brigade is over there covering them on operations similar to those the Commandant referred to in his birthday greetings. Up front, let me just tell everyone here how much I admire Marines. It has been our tradition to gather each year to celebrate the long heritage of our Corps and to pay respects to those who have preceded us, homage to those who have fallen as our brethren. We all learned in boot camp or at basic school of the great victories wrought by our Corps in every time and place from our nation's founding.